You heard you could save big when you bundle home and auto with Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw a link for a survey about which type of bread you are. And now you're on question 17, barely scratching the surface of your bread identity. You always thought of yourself as a brioche, but are you actually more of a pumpernickel? Ah, yes. They said it was easy to save money bundling with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
This week at Macy's, get ready for a spring refresh with an extra 20% off with your coupon or Macy's card. Or check out amazing specials like Levi's jeans for all, now 30 to 40% off. New kids and baby looks, 50% off. And 1,250 thread count 4-piece sheet sets, just $39.99. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. More at Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, maybe for children of all ages, welcome to another edition of Let's Rant with your host, KD the Comic. Good morning, guys. Welcome to another live edition of Let's Rant with yours truly, KD the Comic, 13-year swingman in the world of stand-up comedy. I say swingman, kind of like a six-man coming off the bench. Wasn't quite the headliner, but I would warm y'all up and get y'all laughing, so I'm like a six-man. I'll take the six-man award. Good morning to you that are listening overseas, our 12 countries overseas, listening each and every time we go live or we pre-record a show. Thank you guys for all the support in 2020 and 2021. Right now, we are live on TikTok as well under KD Comic 1. KD the Comic 1. Again, that's KD the Comic 1. And in this 45 minutes of pure, unadulterated talk, that's right, I know, I just got you guys a little bit excited there. I felt it. I felt the electricity. We're going to talk about the freezing temperatures across the South and across America. We're going to get a little weather report again. I'm also going to rip on those that are ripping on Texans being so cold. Okay, we're going to pump the brakes on you guys for a little bit. And also, we're going to rip on AOC making fun of the Texas governor, saying it's his fault because we didn't institute clean technology and we didn't get rid of fossil fuels, and that's why the temperatures are stuck and people have no power. Okay. AOC, I'm coming for you this half hour. Also, we do want to talk a little bit about Biden's town hall, and we're going to talk about what he thinks is going to happen with COVID over the next year. And what's the hottest cryptocurrency to invest in? We've got a lot to get to in this 35 to 45 minutes of fun. You guys can also rant as well. We will give you the rant line coming up right here on the show. But can you just get me some Start Me Up going? There you go, Mr. Movie Phone. Give me a little Rolling Stones to get me going this morning. When we return, let's tackle the cold. Let's tackle Joe Biden, AOC, and more. Stones on your Wacky Wednesdays with yours truly, KD the Comic, right here on Let's Rant on your favorite podcasting platform. We are all over, baby. 12 countries, 30,000 plus downloads a week. We want to say thank you guys wherever you may be listening to us on. It's either Google Play, Apple iTunes. We're also on Spreaker.com, Geeker.com. We're on also iHeartRadio. We want to say thank you to our friends at iHeartRadio for nominating us for Podcast of the Year. Did we win? Absolutely not, or I wouldn't be in a cold studio. You mean a garage? Yes, a garage. We got to mention it. Hey, we all got to start somewhere, right? We all got to start somewhere. Again, welcome to this edition of Wacky Wednesdays right here on Let's Rant with KD the Comic. A lot to get to in this half hour, but it has been freezing temperatures across the country as of late. Has hell literally frozen over? I mean, you put a guy into office that's cold as stone. I'm just saying, okay, Is he the girl from Frozen? I don't know, but let it go, people. See what I did there? That was a run on Disney jokes. Now, forget you guys. It went up over your head. But it might be a little too early for you as we're broadcasting live. But we're going to talk a little bit about the weather coming up. We're going to talk about what AOC has said about Governor Greg Abbott here in the great state of Texas. And it's absolutely ludicrous what's going on. Man, I've got to get my tongue warmed up this morning. Let's check out what's going across the nation when it comes to the weather. Bundle up, guys.
NBC News meteorologist Michelle Grossman joining us now. All right, Michelle, where is this storm headed? And for goodness sake, when will the folks in Texas get their mild weather back?
I know, we feel for them, right? So they're going to see a difference come later this weekend, but they have a long way to go. They have several days of very cold weather. So we'll talk more about that. They're not going to see the record lows, but they're going to see temperatures well below normal. They were seeing temperatures even 50 degrees below what is typical for this time of year. So let's take a look at the temperatures that we expected today, where we're going to top out later on tonight, but mainly in the teens, 22 degrees in Dallas, 34 in Baton Rouge. Keep in mind, 61 is normal for Dallas, so well below normal. You put in the feels like temperature, it's even colder than that. So a very slow recovery. That's the bad news. Look at Thursday, Friday, still right around freezing. Saturday, a little bit better, but 20 degrees below normal. And then by Sunday, we're getting closer to that average temperature. We have that cold air in place that is setting the stage for another snow and ice storm. 36 states under a winter alert. That means a warning, a watch, and advisory. Where you see the pink, that's parts of Texas, once again, a place that does not need any more winter weather. Parts of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, seeing some winter weather as we go throughout tonight and also into Wednesday. So this is what our radar looks like right now. This is the first storm that is moving off to the Canadian Maritimes. That's good news. It's going to make its home there. But we have that cold air wrapping around. That's bringing some winter weather along the Great Lakes, the Appalachians. But it's a second storm that emerged out of the Four Corners today, now impacting once again parts of northern and central Texas. You can see that blue, that snow in Lubbock, and that ice. It's at pink.
We want to thank our friends from ABC Weather Report right there, letting you guys know that the weather is just absolutely frightful outside, and it is not a winter wonderland, as people would like to say. I like to say that the weather down here in Texas, a lot of you guys in the Northeast are like, oh, you need to stop crying. Oh, we deal with this every day. Well, there's a reason why we moved to Texas, okay? It wasn't because of this crap. I'll tell you that much. All right, I moved back here after 27 years in June. All right. And of course, the biggest snowstorm we ever had in San Antonio was in 1989. That was the last biggest winter storm we ever had. And of course, like I said on Monday's show, I brought the Midas touch a little bit, the reverse Midas touch, that is, because everything I touch, it seems like, turns to crap, especially when I move there. Okay. Sorry, Texans, but I'm here to help support you. And I was so confident about my move to Texas, I didn't pack my shovel. I don't know where my big coat is. So yes, us Texans decide to put on layers instead of coats because we don't own a coat, okay? Saw a great meme on line yesterday where they were talking about Texans would rather deal with hot weather, big bugs, and also stopping a copperhead in his own head with a flip-flop on rather than deal with this weather. It's pretty bad. Now, it is pretty bad across most of the United States as well, so we're not, blanketing ourselves out or I guess, casting ourselves away from you, saying we're worse than you guys. We have had probably almost a dozen deaths due to homeless that have nowhere to go. Down here in San Antonio, want to give praise to our church, first of all, Rebel Church in San Antonio, Texas. Brandon Caldwell and his wife and crew there do such a great job with a thing called Cub, and it's called Church Under the Bridge. And down here in San Antonio, right along Houston Street and Alamo Streets, there is almost a little tent city that's going on down there. It's even worse in the city of Austin. In the city of Austin, I mean, I think it stretches for almost a quarter of a mile, these tent cities that are going on. And the craziness of it all is these people don't have heat. You know, these people barely have blankets. I read something the other day that when some of the police went down to check on the only way that I can call it is tent people, because people don't like to be called homeless. But when they went to go check on the tent city down here, there was a woman that just gave birth inside one of those tents and was taking care of a baby. And so with the weather changing, hopefully she and others have found some shelter, a place to go to stay warm. But right now, I think the death toll is above 10 in the city of San Antonio. Don't quote me on that. The other day I was reading that. I think it is 10 and mostly homeless. So be grateful for what you guys got. There's a lot without power. There's a lot without electricity. There's a lot without food. Right now, the food sources here in San Antonio, Texas alone, one of our great providers here in the state of Texas is called HEB. They're the equivalent of Kroger's, they're the equivalent of your grocery store, but they're so big in the state of Texas that they employ so many people. And they also feed so many people, and they focus on local and homegrown stuff. Well, HEB, their delivery service is 8 days out. Usually you can get your product that day or the next day, but 8 days out. Absolutely insane what's going on here with the weather. Hey, listen, you guys voted for Joe Biden. Hell has literally frozen over. Okay, it has. All right, let's call a spade, okay? All right, I'm kidding. Some of y'all didn't like that very much. But also in the news, AOC is going up against the state of Texas. A lot of people are upset at the state of Texas, or states that have oil refineries. We were going to talk about this on the show Monday, but we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Now, with this new Green Deal that AOC is trying to impose and people like Joe Biden are trying to get into effect, it's really affecting not just jobs, but it's affecting, look at the states of Texas right now. When you don't have a lot of oil coming into your states and gas prices are going higher, I love that people are online going, oh, look at the price of gas is out of control. Well, who do you want to thank for that? Yeah, do you want to continue to attach solar power panels to your cars, and maybe you want to hook up a little what do you call those, little sail to your car and let the wind blow it down the road? Do you want to become the Flintstones and start kicking everything around? I'm just saying, listen, there is a middle ground to everything. Why can't we find a middle ground when it comes to fossil fuels and when it comes to a little bit of using the new Green Deal? No, we can't. Everybody's got to be right these days. It's got to be my way or the highway. Well, there is going to be no one on the highway because nobody's going to want to drive those electric cars unless you're invested in Tesla like myself. But honestly, this new Green Deal, AOC is sitting here saying, well, now Texas knows what it's like. This could have not happened if it wasn't for my new Green Deal. If it was put into place sooner, people would have power, people would have electricity, they would have water, they would have heat. Whoa. Pump the brakes. First and foremost, I understand that you're literally an ice queen, okay, AOC? But I don't know if you've seen the news lately, because CNN probably doesn't even report the right weather. First of all, CNN is probably like, oh my God, it's 98 degrees in Texas. No, it's not. It's like 9 degrees, okay? But the ice queen, AOC herself, has even come out and said, well, if this was put into place sooner, it'd be different. No. You want to know what happened? Mother Nature happened. Mother Nature happened to rip across the country. And when Mother Nature rips across the country, you can't control that. No matter if you have turbines, no matter if you have fossil fuels, doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, Greg Abbott, I commend him. Let's give him a round of applause. I commend him. He even came out today and said it's not that we don't have alternative sources of energy. We do. We have turbines out there across the state of Texas, but those turbines that are solar powered have frozen up. Not only have they frozen up, we haven't seen any sun in 3 days. So solar sun panels power. Listen, I'm no Einstein, all right? But when none of that is going together, yeah, we're going to have power outages. Yeah, the ice buildup on power lines is going to knock things down. So our friends in the great state of Virginia right now, where we moved from, there's certain parts of Virginia that are dealing with power outages because of the thickness of the ice on the lines. And they're expected another close to an inch of ice over the weekend. So we need to just batten down the hatches, open up your good old Bibles, pray. We will get through this. As a matter of fact, I'm taking a look at the weather right now for the greater San Antonio area for the next 7 days. Today, it's going to be an icy mix, 39 degrees. Thursday, a little bit more snow with 35. And then it starts to warm up. Bright, sunny skies come Friday, Texas, 42 degrees, then 49 degrees, 56, 60, 63. And by the way, next Wednesday, how wacky is next Wednesday? It's going to be 73 degrees here in San Antonio. So you people across the Northeast, you enjoy your weather, okay? Because sunny days, yeah, are what? Sweeping the clouds away. Yeah, here in Texas. The sun shall return. We want to say good morning to some of our friends on TikTok right now. We are live on TikTok underneath Katie, the Comic One. We want to say good morning to Tammy Smith. We want to say Jay Ivy, good morning. We want to say hello to our friend KG Red, the TCW World Heavyweight Champion in TCW Wrestling in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I want to say good morning to you guys. Thank you for joining us. Are you guys keeping warm online? We want to see your comments below. But I think it's only fitting that we play a little Foreigner for our friends out there that are cold as ice. You see what I did there? I know, not funny, but funny. Here's Foreigner.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings. But someday you'll pay. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You want paradise, but someday you'll pay the price. I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You're closing the door. You leave the world behind. You're digging for gold. You're throwing away a fortune and feelings, but someday you'll pay.
I know that's not very funny on Wacky Wednesday here with Katie the Comic and Let's Rant. Foreigners, cold as ice. Hey, listen, I could have been talking about Joe Biden. Oh, wait a minute, coming up, yeah. So it kind of was a twofer. It was a twofer right there. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Let's Rant Live with Katie the Comic on your favorite podcasting platform. We are available on all kinds of platforms. If you're listening to us on Apple iTunes, do me a favor. Can you hit that purple subscribe button up in the right-hand corner? Just subscribe. Because every time we have a brand new show or we're going to be doing something new next week, which I'm going to tell you more about, when you hit that subscribe button, it'll pop up saying, hey, KD just went on with a brand new show. And you can check it out at your leisure. That's the great thing about podcasts. We decide to go live, every so often. And we want to say hello to our friends that are also on Spreaker.com that carry this show. Their website is called N3 Radio. Make sure you check them out on Spreaker.com at N3 Radio. They also do have a website. Check them out at N3Radio.com. But we just got done talking about the weather. We got done ripping on AOC. Let me tell you something. Why are all the hot-looking women always crazy? AOC is absolutely, I think she's a good-looking girl. Okay? All right, I think she's a good-looking woman, but she is absolutely insane. She is so insane. I wonder how many bottles of wine it will take to make her, well, come on, guys. Be sane. What did you think I was going to say? Yeah, okay. A little too early this morning for you guys to be thinking that way. Of course, this is Wacky Wednesdays. Now, last night, Joe Biden did have a town hall with one of the greatest interviewers of our time, Anderson Cooper. This guy, this man, I just want to get him on my show once. Anderson, give me a call. Okay, because I want to know what makes you think that you become a legit reporter. I'm not a legit reporter. I'm not. But you get on there every time and you open up your big, thick of questions and you're like, so, Mr. Biden, stop being serious. Just go back to interviewing Kathy Griffin and get ripped on her and she can show up with a Donald Trump head. And you guys are absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But last night was the town hall with Joe Biden. And Joe Biden did have some very funny quirks and comebacks last night. He was actually a little bit delightful. This is coming from a guy that voted for Trump. Check it out.
You have, over the years, over your career, you've already spent a great deal of time at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Except now you're living there and you're president. It's been 4 weeks. What's it like? How's it different?
I get up in the morning and look at Jill and say, where the hell are we? No, it's, look, it's, I've only been president 4 weeks. And sometimes, because things are moving so fast, not because of burden, it feels like 4 years. It's not because of the burden. It's because there's so much happening that you're constantly focusing on one problem or opportunity, one right ad seriatim. But what happens is that it's what I didn't realize. I had been in the Oval Office 100 times as vice president, or more than that, every morning for the initial meetings, but I had never been up in the residence. And one of the things that I don't know about you all, but I was raised in a way that you didn't look for anybody to wait on you. And it's where I find myself extremely self-conscious. They're wonderful people who work at the White House. But someone, standing there and, making sure hands me my suit coat or...
You'd never been in the residence of the White House?
I only been upstairs in the yellow room, the Oval upstairs.
I don't know. I've never been there either. But
no. And, but it's look, the people down there are wonderful, and I find that like my dad. You've heard me say this before. My dad used to say, everybody's entitled to be treated with respect. And it's interesting how decent and incredible these folks are.
Is it different than you expected it to be in some way?
I don't know what I ever expected it to be. It is different in that, get in trouble here. I said when I was running, I wanted to be president not to live in the White House, but to be able to make the decisions about the future of the country. And so living in the White House, as you've heard other presidents who have been extremely flattered to live there, it's a little like a gilded cage in terms of being able to but walk outside and do things. The vice president's residence was totally different. You're on 80 acres, overlooking the rest of the city, and you can walk out. There's a swimming pool. You can walk off a porch in the summer and jump in a pool and go into work. You can ride a bicycle around and never leave the property and work out. You can, But the White House is very different. And I feel a sense of, I must tell you, a sense of history about it.
So that was a little bit from Joe Biden on his town hall last night with Anderson Cooper. I didn't catch everything. I kind of took the tidbits, kind of like watching the Super Bowl this year. I just wanted to watch the highlights. But I wanted to watch the highlights where people are, mocking or making fun of them, because I was going to do plenty of that here on the show this morning. No, I'm kidding. Listen, let's do the good, the bad, and the ugly of the town hall last night with Joe Biden. Listen, America, let's call a spade a spade. All right? Are you ready? I'm going to say something that you probably are not going to like. And we're broadcasting live on TikTok as well right now at KD the Comic 1. You're probably not going to like this, okay? For the people that are against Biden, you're not going to like this. He actually sounded decent last night. I honestly think that the meds are really kicking in. That's a joke, by the way. Or are they? I don't know. Listen, Joe sounded good last night. Joe sounded like a human being. Joe, however, sounded like a politician. Yes, he did. That's exactly what America wants. America wants a politician, don't you? You don't want anybody to be real. You don't want anybody to tell it like it is and say what they're going to do and get it done. No, you want to hear all the BS rigmarole and go ahead and put that little Band-Aid on. Put that little tiny Band-Aid on that huge wound. This way here you can feel comforted and warm inside that somebody's telling you it'll be eventually all okay. Yeah. Speaking of which, Joe Biden has said that we should be out of the clear with coronavirus come Christmas. Can I get a little music there? There it is. A little X-Files music. Coronavirus is going to last another year. Can you believe that? Can you believe that this is actually happening? Now, I kind of called this. I said this on the show, and I said this to my wife, that Corona and COVID is going to last about another year because we got to wait for the vaccines to kick in. And by the way, this mandatory vaccine stuff, you got to pump the brakes on, people. There's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there. They're like, oh, they're going to make us take them, and there's these little chips in there. And one thing we did talk about on this show is talk about conspiracy theories. Can I get that conspiracy theory music back? Can I get that? Let's do conspiracy theory on Wacky Wednesdays. The COVID vaccine created in 2020, being injected into human beings in 2021. Is it a sterilization process? Is there a microchip? A lot of people are saying it's a sterilization process. And it's going in a lot of the younger generation, our Gen Z, Gen Y, like Gen Y, did I have this kid? Sorry, guys. But those are some of the conspiracy theories out there that these are being created to, can we say, crowd control, population control. China used to take their female kids that were born, the females that were born, and they would kill them off back in the day. Now, you can't do that these days due to human rights. However, we can sneak a little something in your little drink and cocktail that we're going to shoot into your arm. These are conspiracy theories, people. They're not factual. These are things that are floating around out there. But Joe Biden says come Christmas, you can open up your stocking Christmas morning and there's going to be a vaccine right there for you. Everybody, you get a vaccine and you get a vaccine and you get a vaccine. I just find it funny that now this is extended. Joe also said that $1,400 checks will be sent out due to COVID, marking the fact that the government has given us $2,000 a person. Yeah, Trump gave us $600 when you said you're going to give us another $2,000. Okay, listen, let's end this segment, shall we? Because I don't want to get caught up too much on this, especially we're on TikTok Live right now as well. Here's the deal. We as Americans, we love Band-Aids. We love Band-Aids. That's why you voted for Joe. There's a lot of you out there that voted against Trump just to vote against him. You didn't know that Joe was going to be doing all of this stuff. And now that this is happening, you're like, can we take our vote back? No, you can't. But you'll take that Band-Aid because every time he goes live on an event like he did last night, I was reading the remarks on YouTube. People were literally stating Oh, it's so great to see a president do town halls again. Yeah, I love to hear robotic responses. I love robotic responses. I hated when Trump did it on January 6th in front of the Capitol building. He gave us robotic responses. He did the same speech that he did to try to get voters to vote. Biden did the same thing last night, with an exception, little twists and turns here and there, kind of like when Anderson Cooper asked him an off-color question such as, what's it like to be living in the White House? He goes, I wake up every morning and I look at Jill and I go, where are we? And you know he's not kidding. No, maybe he is. But the way that he delivered the punchline, I was like, hey, from one comedian to a joke. See what I did there? I actually got it. I thought it was funny. Speaking of jokes, let's mix it up a little bit on this Wacky Wednesdays with KD the comic. One of my favorite rips of all time was when Ricky Gervais was the host of the Grammys. Check it out.
Hello and welcome to the 77th Annual Golden Globe Awards, live from the Beverly Hilton Hotel here in Los Angeles. I'm Ricky Gervais, thank you. You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking, I never did. NBC clearly don't care either, 5th time. So, I mean, Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for me, the Hollywood Foreign Press can barely speak English, and they've no idea what Twitter is, so I got offered this gig by fax. So let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we? Remember, they're just jokes. We're all going to die soon, and there's no sequel. So, yeah, remember that. But you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the licence plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, OK? That must be the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to her. And her dad was in Wild Hogs. So, lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons, yeah? Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. But Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry. I love you, man, don't have me whacked. But tonight isn't just about the people in front of the camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood Foreign Press are all very, very racist. So, 5th time. So, we were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. It just, no. It was mostly white people, and I thought, nah, not on my watch. So, maybe next year. Let's see what happens. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. But no, we've got to drag it out for 3 hours. You could binge-watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this, OK? Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? Right. But seriously, most films are awful, lazy, remakes, sequels. I've heard a rumour that there might be a sequel to Sophie's Choice. I mean, that'd just be Meryl Streep going, well, it's got to be this one then. All the best actors have jumped to Netflix and HBO, you know. And the actors who just do Hollywood movies now do fantasy adventure nonsense. They wear masks and capes and really tight costumes. Their job isn't acting anymore. It's going to the gym twice a day and taking steroids, really. Have we got an award for most ripped junkie? No. No point. We know he'd win that. Martin Scorsese, the greatest living director, made the news for his controversial comments about the Marvel franchise. He said they're not real cinema and they remind him of theme parks. I agree. Although I don't know what he's doing hanging around theme parks. He's not big enough to go on the rides, is he? It's tiny. Right. The Irishman was amazing. It was amazing. It was. It was great. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So... Even Prince Andrew's like, come on, Leo, mate, you know. You're nearly 50, son. The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right? But Dame Judi Dench defended the film, saying it was the role she was born to play, because she... I can't do this next joke. Because she loves nothing better than plonking herself down on the carpet, lifting her leg and licking her... Furball. She's old school.
One of my favorite monologues of all time, Ricky Gervais ripping on today's society. Give him a round of applause. Ricky just killed it. It's so funny. I decided to play this because we have been binge watching with our children. Not that monologue, by the way. We've been binge watching Night at the Museum. And talk about a change. And listen, all actors, all comedians, everybody goes through an evolution. And you get to a point in your career and in your life where you're just, like he said, I don't care. I just don't care. I think that's why I created this podcast. I'll be honest with you. I just don't care. I don't. There's people that listen. There's people that don't listen. I've had emails write and say, how can you call yourself a Christian when you're on here ripping on this and ripping on that? And you know what? Because I don't care. No, that's kidding. Listen, I stumble. We all stumble. We're going to try to be a little bit more positive over the next couple months here on the show. We're going to try something a little different on Let's Rant with KD the Comic. We're going to be moving just to Mondays and Fridays. We may be doing a Wednesday interview show. We're going to mix things up a little bit. Reason being is because my life is changing a little bit. My faith is getting deeper, and I want to be a little bit more... I do honestly want to be a little bit more positive on this show. Why are y'all laughing? This is why I can't be positive. Because nobody takes me seriously. No, last year we went through a lot of politics, and we touch on it here, and I rip on it here and there because I feel that I can. Saturday Night Live does it. Jimmy Fallon does it. And then they talk about things in the world. That's kind of like what my show is. I like to rip on politics. I like to rip on this and that every once in a while. But I do want to be positive as well. And Ricky Gervais really put the nail in the coffin for me. Because I realize I do care, but I don't care. I've been in stand-up comedy for 13 plus years. I've been in the world of entertainment for over 20. From my time back in radio when I was 19 years old. and now doing podcasting. I was in the movie Harriet. I was in Super Bowl commercials. I've done this, that, and everything. And I realized, why run this rat race? Why run this rat race for that person, for this person? No offense for people out there just looking at your life, wishing they could do that. Well, I want to make a change in this radio program where I can help you maybe be a little more positive in your life to go to the next level in your life. Make sense? That's why we're going to do Fun-Filled Fridays as always. And then we're going to do Manic Mondays. And once a month, we're going to be doing what I like to call as Faith-Filled Fridays. It's going to be Faith-Filled Fridays. It's exactly how it sounds. And we're also going to be going ahead and doing random rants, because a lot of you guys really enjoy me ripping on this, that, and everything. Yeah, see? I knew you did. So starting next week, Monday through Friday, you're going to get 5-minute snippets of my random rants on a certain topic. It could be about Ricky Gervais. It could be about Hollywood. It could be about Joe Biden. We don't know. Random rants coming to you next week. And before we close this show today, can we talk a little bit of money, money, money?
Here comes the money.
Yeah, we can.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
We have gotten into the dollar as of late here on the show because we want to better you. We want to better your pocketbooks. We want to better your ching-ching, bling-bling as well. So we do a little bit of money talk segment, usually on Manic Mondays and Motivational Mondays and anything that goes double M here and Money Making Monday. But today we do want to talk a little bit of money on Wacky Wednesdays. Listen, there's a lot going on in the world of the stock market. You guys have got to get invested. Now, I was pimping Robinhood for some time, but now Robinhood is actually going under investigation because some of the things they were doing to people like me, freezing and holding your money. Now, there's other websites out there. Try Webull. Exactly like I said it. W-E-B-U-L. Webull's a good one. There's also some great cryptocurrency sites as well. This is what we're getting into with the money here on the show. Cryptocurrency is where it's at. Can you believe that Bitcoin has reached over $50,000 a share? $50,000 a share, and it's projected to go up to $100,000. Now, I know not all of us can invest $50,000 or $100,000, but even if you get a piece of the pie, you will accrue money. This is how I did it with my Tesla stocks. I accrued money. It's like a savings account, and then what you end up doing is putting money into that savings account and then reinvesting into something bigger and better. It's easy to do, guys. It really is. You can start out with $25, $10, $5. You should be able to invest $5 a week. That's $20 a month, $240 a year. And that's one share of something. And then when they're making money, you're making money. The reason why we share you this is because there's a lot of cryptocurrency out there right now that's under $1. Dogecoin was huge a couple weeks ago. Now it's kind of really dropped off, but there's some other ones out there like XLM, XRP. Please make sure you go check those out. And we're going to be sharing more money-making segments here on the show. But do your research. Look into it. Have a little fun with it as well. And invest small, and then you will grow big. That is our money-making segment right here on Let's Rant with Katie the Comic. We're going to close the show. Thank you for joining us on this live edition. I thought it's only fitting because the weather is so cold.
Yo, VIP.
Yeah. Let's kick it. We're going to close the show with Ice Ice Baby. Guys, stay warm, stay safe. We'll see you back here on Fun-Filled Fridays. Take care.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly. Flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance. Crush a speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom. Deadly. When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it. You better gain weight. You better hit bullseye. The kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Ice, ice, jumping. With the bass kicked in and the Vegas all pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Burning them, being quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, it's time to go solo. Rolling, hit my 5.0, put my rag top down so my hair can blow. The girl is on standby, waiting just to say hi. Did you stop? No, I just drove by, kept on. Pursuing to the next stop. I bust a left and I'm heading to the next block. The block was
You went online to switch your car insurance to Progressive so you could save money. But then you saw a friend request from an old summer camp buddy. And now here you are, clicking through photos of his kickball team from 2011. Looks like they won the championship that year. Then he moved to Tulsa. Oh, a new tattoo. Yes, they said it was easy to save hundreds on car insurance with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average savings by new customer surveyed who saved in 2019.
Introducing Peacock, the new free streaming service from NBC Universal. It's hit movies, current shows, live sports, trending bits, and timeless hits. And that's why you can't not watch. Peacock. Watch for free. Upgrade for more. Stream now at peacocktv.com. Law & Order SVU streaming now.